Hello, hello, everybody. It's Belle here, and your host of Inspired Lady. Today, we are talking with Kassidy. She is a personal fitness trainer, and I am so excited about this conversation, especially as we head into summer. She talks about the mindset that we can adapt in order to protect our bodies from comparison and making sure that we're going to the gym in a healthy way. She talks about all of her health tips, things that you eat, how many times you should work out. Seriously, we're getting into all of the granular details. It's so interesting, so fun. I'm obsessed with it. You guys are gonna love Kassidy. She was a college cheerleader at Navarro, where they actually filmed the docuseries Cheer on Netflix. So if you've seen that, you might have seen Kassidy. And it's super, super fun. This is a great conversation. I'm really blessed by her friendship, and I know you guys are gonna be blessed by this conversation. So let's jump right in, and I hope you guys learn everything you possibly can. Maybe pull out your notebooks and take some notes, because there's some good stuff here. Okay, so Kassidy, it's so funny because I actually try to match whatever photo the guest sends to me as much as I can for any like promotions we do, okay?
Yes.
So like if they're holding coffee, I try to like be holding coffee in the photo or whatever. And the photo you sent me is you like in this cute workout set like flexing, and I was like, no, we're not even gonna attempt, okay? Like it's not gonna work. Oh my gosh.
That's
Okay.
funny.
So we start every episode off with what we're drinking, and today I just have an almond milk decaf latte, so nothing fancy. What are you drinking today?
Love it. I'm drinking an iced tea. Very Texas of me.
Yes, that's so fun. I love it. That's amazing. And what part of Texas are you in again?
I'm in West Texas.
Okay, that's what
Yeah,
I
so
thought.
it's a town called Lubbock.
Right, okay. Is that far?
Yeah.
Because you were a cheerleader at Navarro, so is that far from there?
hmm like 5 hours.
Okay, so yeah.
Yeah, everything is 5 hours. Their closest city is Dallas, and that is 5 hours away. So,
Oh my
yeah,
gosh, that's crazy. Yeah, it's funny
yes,
because like I'm a new Texas girl, so I'm still like trying to figure out how far everything is. So I'm like, oh, how far
yeah,
is Austin? They're like 3 hours. I'm like, oh, okay.
yeah. And they're and everyone thinks that's like close. Like if you can like drive anywhere. I'm like Houston is 9 hours from me. I'm like I'm not driving there.
That's so funny. Okay, well, I would love to talk to you a little bit about everything fitness, especially as we get into summertime. There's like this pressure of the summer body and just all of this stuff coming together. So I want to talk to you about that. To start off, would you just tell us where a little bit of this passion came from? Your passion for fitness, your passion for Jesus, all the things.
Yes. So, I grew up a all-star cheerleader, competitive cheerleader. So that was kind of my fitness. Like I never went to the gym or anything in high school. I went to college and same thing. I just did cheer practice at Navarro, like you said. Um, and then I actually got injured at Navarro and I had to have surgery on my elbow. And then that was when I was like, okay, I'm not practicing. I can't practice. So then I kind of started going to the gym. And I actually grew like a very unhealthy relationship with the gym. I just felt like I was doing excessive cardio all the time, just simply having this one goal of like just to get skinny. And COVID hit and I moved home and I actually like really was just like the Lord was putting on my heart to like take a break from working out and just kind of heal my mindset around of it. So I took a break from it. I was kind of dealing with some other like hormone health stuff and everything like that. And so took a break from working out. And then when I wanted to jump back in, I kind of knew I needed the accountability of it, just putting it a positive mindset in my head about it. So I got a personal trainer and I didn't think I was going to love it as much as I did. But while I was getting personal trained, I ended up getting certified as a personal trainer myself. And I started off in the group fitness. And so I taught classes and I love that. And then me and my now husband ended up starting up our own personal training business. So that's what we do now.
That's so cool. So, for personal training, does that mean that it is only people who are in your area of Texas, or do you do virtual training? How does that work?
Yeah, so we do online training. That's primarily what we do, but we do in person as well. So we started online because we did long distance for 2 years, and so we started it long distance, and we're like, this is the only way that we both can do it together. And so we love our online business. So we do all online mostly, and then we do have some in-person clients here locally as well.
That is so cool. Oh my gosh, I love that. So,
Yes.
for anyone listening, you heard, okay, Cassidy will literally personal train you if you sign up. That's amazing. Okay, so you talked a little bit about cardio and how that was a main focus for you for a long time to lose weight. What are your current fave types of workouts that maybe are not so focused on losing weight?
Yeah, I love lifting weights, just getting stronger, and stuff like that. So that's primarily what I do. I lift weights. I also still do love going to group fitness classes just because they're fun. Like there's community around it, and so I'll do those a couple times a week as well.
Okay, and are those like Pilates, like dance? What are those group fitness ones?
So it's more of like F45 or Orange Theory. I don't know if you've heard of those
Hmm.
classes. So I've done those in the past couple of years.
That's super awesome. So then when you do weightlifting, okay, I feel like that's kind of intimidating for some girls, especially ones who grew up being told that if they lift weights, they're
Mhm.
going to gain all of this muscle and it's not
Yes.
going to be what they want. So, was that crazy for you to start like that journey of weightlifting? Did you have
Mhm.
to overcome any of those obstacles? What did that look like?
Yeah, I think having that personal trainer from the start, I went and saw her in person, and she just like kind of flipped my mindset and was like, scientifically, like you have to try so hard to get bulky. Like boys eat so much food and they train so hard to try to gain muscle and to look bulkier. And so as females, like we aren't going to just like get bulky overnight. And so I think just going with that mindset of like that is not the case and scientifically that is not what it's going to happen to your body, but also just like seeing the progress of like okay, having a plan day to day what I'm going to show up and do is really encouraging, and just having the consistency of it, seeing the results, but also just like how like incredible is it that the Lord made our bodies that can be so strong, and like lifting weights is just like a demonstration of that.
Yeah, that's so true. And I think flipping the mindset, like you said, to be more of like a worship of like, look at my
Mm-hmm.
body. Thank you, Lord, for all of the things that you've created it to do, instead of being like, okay, I got to push it harder so that way my body fits this mold that other
Yeah.
people are telling me.
For sure.
So I think that's really cool. Okay, awesome. So what is your pre-gym routine? Okay, so you know you're gonna go to the gym. What are you doing?
Yeah. So it really depends day to day because if I have like early, I have a lot of early morning clients. So usually I like train people there and then I'm already there. So then I'll go work out. So normally it just depends on the day, but I always have some sort of caffeine to just kind of like pick up my energy. And then if I'm like driving to the gym, I'll always listen to worship music in the car just to put my headspace in the right place, like you said, to like make it like work. Now it can be a way to worship. And so listening to that worship music helps. And then usually eating like a smaller snack too, for sure.
What does that snack usually look like for you? Are you doing like a granola bar, or is there anything specific that you try to eat before?
I love like rice cakes and peanut butter. I also love sourdough toast. I like love eating that because eating that like complex carb right before you go to the gym just like sits right in my stomach. If I eat too much of protein or like if it's like something that has a lot of ingredients in it, it can make my stomach feel kind of weird lifting or doing working out right after. So something that is easily digestible for sure for your body is what I love to eat before I work out.
Okay, that's good to know. So then, when are you eating your protein? Because do you try to eat protein after your workout then?
Yeah. And it doesn't matter when you eat, like if your body digests protein well, you can eat it before, but I prefer mine after for sure.
Okay, and that's interesting. Do you do like a protein shake or a smoothie, or are you eating something, I don't know,
Yeah,
different?
I love protein shakes. If it's like lunchtime, I'll just make my lunch. But making sure that there's like at least like 20, 30 grams of protein um around my workout. I try to do that.
Okay, that's super good to know. So, how long do you work out for on average? Are you in the gym for like 2 hours, 30 minutes? What does it look like for you?
Usually it's about an hour.
Okay. And
Yeah.
then do you mix in cardio, or are you doing like an hour of like lifting?
So the hour is usually lifting. Sometimes I warm up like 5 minutes walking on the tread just to get my body nice and warm, but usually it's just lifting. If I do cardio after, then I'll just do like 20, 30 minutes of honestly, if I'm doing cardio in the gym, I just do incline tread walks and just that keeps it less intense on my body since I did just lift. And so I'll just do like 20, 30 minutes walking on an incline, watch a little YouTube video or something to keep me distracted.
Yeah. Okay. So then, kind of a crazy question for you. Do you have to work out with your clients as you're like doing your personal training? Because like that just seems like the most tiring day ever if you're working out like all day long.
Yes, I do not work out with them. So that I'm on my feet a lot, but I don't actually work out with
Okay. I'm kind of relieved for you because I was gonna say like, were you
them.
like doing it with them? Because that would be
No.
crazy.
Yes.
Okay. So, what are a few tangible steps that you think you could give to someone who's listening to this and they're like, that all sounds great, but I don't love the gym. I don't know how to get to that point of loving fitness, loving my body, loving the gym. What are a few things that you would suggest for that?
Yeah. I think the biggest thing is like people think you walk in one day and you're just gonna like love it, like you're gonna fall in love, like relationship, and that's not always the case. Like I can't say that the first day I lifted weights I loved it, and so just showing up, giving yourself time to like find what you love, and you're giving yourself grace to learn how to do it is so important because you're not gonna walk in and like everyone has a day one in the gym, and you just need to walk in knowing that. And if you just consistently have a plan of like, okay, maybe you need to try this for a week. Maybe it's a group fitness class. Give yourself a week to try it out. Give yourself a week to try weightlifting with a plan in spot, and then see if you love it then. And honestly, everyone is going to love different things, and different things are going to work for everyone's schedule and stuff. But I think a huge thing also is like find accountability or community in that, because if you have someone to go to the gym with you, or if you're going to a group fitness class, you can meet friends there. Like be open to having conversations before the class starts, or the person next to you and stuff like that. I think that's huge, is just having the accountability of it, but also just like giving yourself grace to try something new, maybe something you've never tried before, because that might be what you love.
Yeah, that's so good. And that accountability aspect too is huge because it's so hard
Yes.
sometimes when you're just relying on your own like motivation for the day because
Hmm.
motivation's not always there and that's really really hard. And I think that's what's cool about having a personal trainer too. So I've never had a personal trainer. Are you are you zooming in with someone and then like working with them throughout their entire workout or are you more so encouraging them to go to their workout? What does that look like?
Yeah, so we use an app, and through that app, we make their workouts for the week. So, like every Sunday, you uploaded your workouts depending on what their goals are, how many times a week they work out, and where they go to the gym. And so, through the app, though, there is how many sets, how many reps, how to warm up. There's videos of every single exercise. So, if it's an exercise you've never done before, there's a video, you watch it. It goes over how to go do the exercise properly. Um, so really that's it. And then if I'm like always contacting them, especially like in the first couple of weeks, just being like, how did today go? How does your body feel? How did this movement feel? And then as well as like if it's a newer movement, I'll have them like send me a quick video, and I'll just check their form that way to making sure that they're doing it properly. Like, can I give you any encouragement through the movements and stuff like that?
That's amazing. I love that so much. So how often do you have like your average person working out a week?
Um, I would say average would be 4 times a week, three to
Okay.
four.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense because I feel like there's so much information on the internet and everyone's like says different things like
Yes.
you even have like the extreme ones that are like you need to work out 30 minutes every single day. Like literally don't miss a day
Yes.
because that's for your body and stuff. And then the other ones are like no, you can do like 2 days a week.
Hmm. Yes.
So it's crazy. How do you build the confidence in the gym, though? Okay, that's a
Hmm.
huge thing that I want to talk to you about because it is intimidating to walk into a gym, especially a gym where maybe there's some guys and they're hogging all the machines, doing all the things, and you don't even know how the machines work, you know? It's
Yeah.
scary to start. So, how do you build that confidence?
Yeah. I think the biggest thing is kind of like I said, have a plan. Like when you're walking in, you know which equipment you're going to use, you know what you're going to do for the day, and be confident walking to that next like machine and stuff. But also know that everyone in there is in there to improve themselves, and they're not focusing on you. Like like you might feel like they're looking at you, but they're probably not. And so everyone's in there to improve themselves. If anything, they're going to encourage you, not diminish or judge you. And so walking in with that. But again, if you need to bring a friend with you, like bring a friend with you. Like having someone else to stand next to you, especially when you're trying new things or walking into a new gym, is huge. Having someone that's going to walk with you through that, But yeah, and the little confidence things that can help is making sure that you like wear clothes that you feel confident in, not something you're going to be worried about the entire workout. Like obviously, you can get like the cutest workout sets on literally anyone sells them now, and they're so cute. And if you feel confident in that, then that's what you should wear to the gym. Like look cute, go to the gym. And again, I think that the biggest thing is realizing that like people are not going to be there to judge you. And so really just have confidence and have a plan of where am I going next? Like when you're doing your last set of say leg extensions, like look, like okay, I'm going to this equipment next. Where is it? Find it and just confidently walk there and get there. And I think once you do that a couple times, you'll feel more confident just being there and being present with your workout and not having so much worry and anxiousness around how confident you are in the gym.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I think that when you walk in without a plan, it's kind of like starting a road trip without a map, and you're like going down the
Yes.
road and you're like, oh my gosh, where am I going? What am I doing? This is scary. Where
Yes.
it doesn't have to be that scary at all. So
Hmm.
that's huge. Okay. So then I really want to just get your take on the summer body pressures. How do you maintain a healthy mindset as someone who consistently works out? How do you keep that healthiness at the front of your mind and not allow the vanity portion to overtake you?
Yeah. I think something that really like has kind of kicked off the confidence behind being in the gym and also just like body image is like what is your like body image, what is your confidence really rooted in? And if it is like your physical appearance, then that is always going to let you down. You're always going to feel discouraged walking into summer no matter what your body type is, because you are never going to be confident in your body type if you are constantly worried about what you look like. So really finding confidence in the Lord and who he says you are, and the confidence that's rooted so deep in him and his word that body image isn't going to shake that. And I think that the desire to be healthy over summer and like have like a healthy mindset of that is not a bad thing, but it becomes a bad thing whenever it takes over as an idol. And so, like, desiring to have a body just be a certain way, look a certain way, just because summer's coming up can be really like toxic and bad, especially with social media. I mean, you are constantly like scrolling and looking at other people and what they look like. And I think it's like really desiring to look like them is just honestly just taking away from the uniqueness and the confidence that the Lord can provide for you if you're constantly sitting and comparing. And I think along with comparison too, like something that I like had to physically do on like social media and stuff is when I was like scrolling and I saw someone and the first thing in my head was to be compared, like compare them. And this is something that like still you have to daily decide not to do. Is instead of comparing myself, like compliment them. Comment something on their photo that like, oh, they look like so cute in that outfit. So comment on it, like give them the compliment. And when you give them compliments, the comparison starts to fade away because like they do look cute in that outfit. So why are you sitting here like comparing yourself to them when you can encourage them and help their confidence grow? And so I think that along with summer too is like don't be comparing yourself. And there is so much pressure on social media to look a certain way over summer. And no matter what season you're in, you need to be content in the body that the Lord has given you. Because if you're not content in it now, you'll never be content in it, even if you look the exact same way someone else is looking. So I think definitely the biggest thing is just root your confidence in the Lord and who He says you are for sure.
Wow. I loved every single second of that. That was so good. And I really think that that is such a good practical step is even in person, if you're like looking at a girl and
Yeah.
she's like standing in front of you to order coffee and you're like, oh, she is just so much prettier than I am, back
Mhm.
yourself up and be like, hey, like you look so gorgeous. I just had to tell you. You know what I mean? And come at it from
Yeah.
an encouraging angle. That is so good
Hmm.
and such a good
Yeah.
reminder for us all. I love that.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
it's so
so
good.
good.
And it seriously, you see their reaction of like, wow, like, thank you. Like, that was so random and so nice because we like stopped doing that. We stopped giving compliments to people. Like, even in the gym, like, everyone's intimidated at some point in the gym. And if you see someone next to you who's like, wow, that was like so good. Like, wow, I love your workout set. Where'd you get it? Little things like that can just not only help you like shift your mind from comparison to compliment, but it also can like help build a friendship that you may not know that you needed and stuff like that in the gym. And so then you see a friendly face in the gym the next time you're in there and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's so true. I love that. Okay, well, thank you so much for giving all these tips. I'm super excited about literally everything we've talked about. I think that it is really, really encouraging to hear some of these mindset shifts that we can have, but also the practical tips of things that we can do to better our health and do all of that. I do want you to promote your social media because following you has been so fun because you do give tips, like steps and things. Like the whole reason I wanted you to talk about the confidence portion of the gym is because you guys post a reel. You and your husband are so cute, by the way, on social media with your
Thank you.
gym reels. I love them.
Yes.
And like you were like, here are a few ways to gain confidence in the gym. And it was just so helpful. So where can people find you? And if they want more information on all of this, everything will be linked in the show notes, but give us the details.
Yeah. So Instagram wise, it's just my first and last name. So Kassidy.Brougham is not spelled like it sounds. So I'm gonna spell it out for you because I'm not even a year into marriage, so this last name is new to me as well. But it's Kassidy and then Brougham is spelled Brougham. And then, like she said, there's going to be a link. We have a form that you can fill out for personal training if you're interested in it. We also help with nutrition coaching as well. And fill that out, and we offer free consultations calls. So if you even just want to get on the phone, hear a couple tips, we do offer free consultation calls to just kind of hear you, your goals, and where you're at.
Amazing. Seriously, Kassidy, could not thank you enough. And I'm so grateful for you and our friendship. And I'm just so blessed by you each and every day. So thank you, Kassidy.
Thank you so much for having me on. It's good to see your beautiful face again.